from the foundation, business, integrity, respect, honesty, leadership. And I just try to reiterate these things in terms of, like I said, doing what you want to do because you can. I think my last one I did vision boards with them, introducing them to what kind of car you want to drive, or what kind of house do you want to live in, what kind of money do you want to make. We need to sit that down. We need to put that on something so you can see it and know that it can happen. Now, what are you going to do to get there? Just showing them some of the ground level steps. Vision boards is not something that we're doing a lot of in the house, in our households, and we should be. We're not aiming the children in a direction. We asking them where they going and letting that slide for 12, 15 years. And then kick them out.
It's funny when you said letting our kids lie, because as soon as you said that, I was thinking, bro, how growing up, most of the young men, right, when somebody asked us what we want to be, we hit them with, I'm going to the NBA. Yeah, I'm finna be in the NFL. And we say, good, okay, do it. Not knowing, how hard that shit is. You know how much work at that age you're going to have to start putting in. At that age, if you're 13, perfect time to start putting in the work for it. But it's just
16,
an idea.
16, 17, they in my chair. I'm going to the league. I said, well, who's scouting you? Well, I ain't heard it. I've been out here for a while. I haven't really heard. I'm going to the league. And if I don't go to the league, they don't have nothing. And we responsible for allowing this to go on. That's why I had to implement something to speak to them. And I'm currently trying to find out how can I get the family involved. I'm trying, more or less. I've gotten some dads to come out, and I've gotten some men figures to come out and kind of give a little support. But I'm trying, because you send them home with that. I can't at this point. I haven't been able to fund it in the amount of time I need to do that. Like at minimum 3 months. I need to do it monthly. I need to do it more than that. But I send them home with this annual game and think that they're going to apply it. They back to the NBA as soon as they leave the program. I'm going to the NBA because there's no food for it. No one even came out to hear what was being told to them to go home and be like, okay, this is what we're going to work on. You said you want this kind of car. The vision board say this. Well, this week, none of that. There's nothing. So, I'm currently, awaiting those funds. They're going to come. I'm putting in my work. So, the funds is going to bless the program, but that's ultimately what I want to do. I want to create a program where they can choose those different what is it? Yeah, different occupation, but different trades is what I really want to. I'm pushing for the trades. I want them to. What can you do? Where are you creative at? What do you like to do? Not what you have to do. Not what you. Somebody have encouraged you to do, but what's going to make you happy? And that sort of thing needs to be cultivated earlier than we're even, we wait until it's time for high school and after high school to give them, you can go to the military. We coming up with that. That's what we coming up with. We don't, have something better than what we didn't cultivate, and that's
and black parents. It's funny you say that, because I know other brothers who have similar type of organizations, and they say, even me at times where I've had young people where I'm talking to, and it's like, I bring them to this environment and give them this good game and this information, then I send them back out to the wilderness. Like, I send them back to the environment they came from, and if the parents ain't on board, the shit you told them gonna last a few minutes, but they gotta eat. They gotta get back to. You see what I'm saying? So it's a tug of war sometimes, but that's why, because I'm hell on racism. Like, if you watch what I do, I go in on everything. But black parents, goddamn, man, like, if you don't like what's going on, you don't like how these young brothers treating each other, it's kind of on us. Like, I be telling people, right, Toriano, I see a young dude, 19, just shot up everything. Everybody, oh my God, he shot up everything, put him in jail, he's an animal. I said, wait, who raised him?
Who raised him?
So at 7, was he trying to shoot niggas up at 7? I bet he wasn't. I bet he was talking about cars and goddamn dreams and blah. What happened to that young man's dreams? Who took them from him? You see what I'm saying? So I'm like, yeah, we got to unpack this. We got to unpack everything. It ain't just a kid. He's 19. That's a baby with an undeveloped frontal lobe. His brain ain't even fully developed till he's 25, 26. So what made him pick that gun up? Let's come on now. We can't blame it on the child, can we? You know what I mean?
It's us as parents. We're handing them a device that has every demonic level that you want to go to peer for them to their curiosity to be, just any and everywhere, and we're financing it monthly to make sure that it's there for them. Yep. Make sure that they have it.
Yep.
That's it's failure.
And we have to be. So every time I see tragedies in my community, I know the history of everything. So I know this system done a number on us. And now some of this shit is on autopilot. Real shit. The crabs in the barrel mentality. What they did to us was a travesty, and they owe us for it. But you can take that one or two ways. See, I use it as a source of motivation to keep moving forward and teach people. Ain't no goddamn excuses around here. We ain't got time for it. But we got to keep it real, family. When we have a kid, raise two parents in the home, resources. They can send them to any school they want to. They put them on family vacations. They take time to teach them things. They got stable careers. And the likelihood that that child is going to endure or go into certain type of shit in the street is less likely than a kid who got just a mama, who on drugs or on welfare, who ain't really working. I see young dudes, they 4, 5 years old. I see their mama dragging him along. His hair ain't brushed. He ain't got shoes on. She just called him a nigga 5 times. What is he gonna be doing when he's 16? I'm like, shit, we breeding them to be a particular way, but something happened to him, you're gonna be on the news crying. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So that's a us problem. And that's what, so again, that's why I appreciate you, brother, because you could have said, I'm gonna be a barber, get my money, own this shop, go home. You could do it just like that. But the fact that you seeing him in your chair, like, wait a minute, because the black barber shop is the epicenter to everything you want to know about our community. You want to know about us, go sit in the black barber shop. We're going to have the most honest type of dialogue. The kids going to be there. You're going to see exactly what it is. You see what I'm saying? So to be in that environment and say, okay, I want to help them, that's important, bro. So you said you a single father of 4, is it?
Absolutely. 3 daughters and a son.
Mm-hmm. So how was that situation like? Because your Wi-Fi is going out a little bit. So the brother will come back here. No, there we go. Can you hear me? Oh, I think it's Wi-Fi is coming out. The brother will be back here in a minute. But that's intriguing to me, y'all. Whenever I hear like single father, because I wasn't a single father, of course. My kids, they spent time between me and time between their moms. But the biggest thing is like I salute that, because sometimes a lot of brothers get on some shit where if you're not with the woman, like if you're not in a relationship with the woman, then you're going to turn it into something where I'm not good at nourishing like that. So I'm going when it comes to like, because providing is something a man is good at doing, right? Providing, leadership, these are all men things. But when it comes to nourishing the child and making sure they're okay physically, the brother dropped off. I think it's Wi-Fi was tripping, but he'll be back in a minute. He'll be right back. Okay, yeah, he'll be back in a second. Okay, so that's important to me. When you got to give a kid a bath, help them with their homework. If they fall, put something on their knee. Like, you got to do all the shit that's traditionally something a woman does. This is important, family. I think this is why sometimes our families end up the way they are, because a man, we got to be clear as who we are as men. Sometimes a man just fucking with a chick, and then while you messing with her, everything good. You're going to come to the house, you're going to see the kid, but it's different when you can just see the kid in the house, make sure they cool, talk to them, play with them for a minute, and just bounce. That's one thing. That's why me being a young father, I'm a father of 5, have 4 kids by the age of 23. The best thing I think I could have done, because I made a lot of goddamn mistakes. The best thing I think I done was bringing kids to my home, telling the women, okay, look, we're not in a relationship no more. things are going however they're going with us on these particular days. I'm going to bring these kids into my house. That changed everything about me. You feel me? There go the brother right there. Let's get him back on.
Okay. I lost it. I lost the
All right,
power.
there we go. We back. So you was telling me about your kids, bro.
Oh, yes. Three girls and a boy. My oldest is 30, 29. My youngest daughter is 24. And my son, I just lost my son. He was 21. He'd been 21 this year. He was 20 when I lost him.
Damn.
To gun violence. Yeah, that was August of last year. So that's another something that I'm, been a part of my journey that I'm currently still going through, dealing with, and it's another level of, but
Wait, so let me ask you this then, because RIP to your son, brother. I can only imagine how it feels to lose a child, bro. But what did that do to your perspective about how we treat each other? Like we know about all the hoods in our city. We ain't got to talk about it. How these young dudes treat each other, how they so quick to get off. What did that do to your perspective about that when this hits so close to home? You know what I mean?
I have to be honest and say I can't say that it changed it that much. I've been loving my brothers, before, I've been through this, and I can't, each life is precious, as much. That's my son, and that's somebody else's son, and that's somebody else's son, so I'm almost equally affected, it's why I'm actively working to change the trajectory of what's being put out for the youngsters, so I've already, my heart was already torn for other people, I haven't really concluded anything because it's still so new to me, so it kind of, my son had just gotten his license, and at 20 he had successfully harnessed having a career. I was, like I said, I was getting that earlier on, and we talking passive income, and we talking buying properties, and at that age, so that's what I lost, but that's what I was, mainly that's what I'm attempting to do with the children, so it's all a process. I thought I kind of, once he had gotten that far, I kind of was like, okay, I kind of know what I'm doing. I felt like I knew how the business was coming good.